Hey guys, welcome to another 100% drugstore tutorial. We are starting this one off right by using some Monistat Chafing Relief Powder Gel, which works awesome as a primer. This is so affordable and really minimizes the look of your pores and helps your foundation to last longer and apply more evenly. Then we will be moving into foundation. I'm using the Matte and Poreless from Maybelline, and I am actually using a sponge that is kind of like a dupe for the Beauty Blender, and I picked this up at H&M. I was pretty surprised that it worked out really nicely. For concealer, I'm using L'Oreal True Match, and I am just using it underneath the eyes, down the bridge of the nose, all of the typical highlight spots. And once I have my face all set up looking crazy, I'm going to dab it in with the same sponge and just press all of that concealer into the face and give it a nice highlighted look. Once I feel my concealer is nicely smoothed out, I am going to bake. And if you don't know what baking is, I will link a video below. It is just the best way to set your under eye area. I am using the Coty Airspun powder, really affordable, bakes beautifully. I'm even using it down the bridge of the nose to really help me out with a little bit of contouring that I will be doing later on. And I'm gonna let the powder bake or just kind of set and warm up to my skin while I do my brows. Now this is a new product from L'Oreal, and this is very similar to the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and you guys, I am blown away. This is the first pencil like it from the drugstore that is so good. Highly recommend. All right, now my powder's been sitting on my face for a little bit. I'm gonna whisk away the excess, and the baking process is then done. Now I'm moving into a blush that I recently talked about in my Kiko Favorites and Hate It's. This is the Shade Fusion Trio Blush in number 5. It's really beautiful and bright, but you do have to build it up, which I actually like because you have more control. And then on top of it, I'm going to take Rose Champagne from Wet n Wild, which has a lot of, I don't want to say shimmer, but a really nice sheen. And I just like that on top of blush. That's my favorite way to wear this. It's really pretty. But because I want a ton of glow, I am actually going to take this cream highlight from Kiko, and this is the most magical highlighter ever. It is so glowy. It is a little on the sparkly side, but for some reason with this formula, I don't mind it. Moving on to lips, because for whatever reason I was feeling like going way out of order, I am using number 4 from Milani and just lining my lips. This is like a very basic, everyday, beautiful, your lips but better kind of a lip liner, and then I am filling in with a little bit of Wet n Wild 902C. From there, I wanted to make my lips look a little bit extra pouty, so I'm taking the Brilliant Shine Lip Gloss in Rome and just popping that on the center of the lips. For bronzer, I'm using the Insta Ready BB Bronzer from Physicians Formula, and this again is one of those that has a tiny bit of a sheen. I was going for a glow today. I wanted my skin to be really glowy, but I didn't want to look too tan or too bronze, and this one is very light. You can definitely build it up, but it is very sheer. Moving on to the tiniest bit of contouring. I've really been loving this contour powder from L'Oreal. I am just contouring my nose. I was using a Sonia Kashuk contour brush and literally just a little powder down each side. From there, I am going to start my eyes with a nice soft transition. You can see I am barely whisking the tiniest bit of color in my crease, and I am using the La Palette Nude 1. And just really setting up for everything that's going to be going on the lid. Taking a matte cream shadow from L'Oreal. This is one of the new Color Re shadows. It's $5, incredible, so gorgeous. You just pat this on with your fingertip and it is completely opaque and beautiful. I love these so much. Then I am taking number 214, which is this gorgeous matte gray that is still really bright at the same time, and just using my fingertips, I am pressing that on the outer half of the lid up to the crease and just really making the color as opaque as possible, and then taking a smaller crease brush and making sure that those edges are blended out. Of course, repeating the process on both eyes, blending out those edges, and I actually am going to pick up a little bit more of the cream shade and make sure that where those two colors meet, everything is very blended. Going back to the La Palette Nude 1, I am taking another shade that is a bit darker than the original shade we put in the crease, just to make sure that everything looks super blended from the lid to the crease. I am working with warm colors and cool tones, and kind of, that was like my whole thing with this look. I wanted cool and warm together, and I think it looks really pretty. So on the outer, very outer, I say very outer portion of your lid, I'm just taking a teeny tiny bit of 209, and this is basically just a black shade and making sure that everything is buffed out. This is just to give a little bit of depth and dimension and make things look a little bit more balanced. Then I'm going back to that original cream shade 200 and patting the very inner corner of the lid just to brighten everything up. Moving into what I wish I could do, which is high-speed liner. I fast forwarded this so that we weren't here all day, but I did take my time really pressing the liner into my lash line and almost pulling the liner down instead of up and out so that there wouldn't be any gaps. And of course, I'm using my favorite, the lacquer liner from L'Oreal. And I love the way this liner looked. It turned out great. Tried something new, the Scandalize Extreme Mascara, and you guys, this is actually really impressive. Usually Rimmel mascaras just don't work out for me, but I really liked it. And then this guy, this was like the hidden gem of the whole look. I feel like this new brow mascara from Wet n Wild is like a dupe for the Boy Brow from Glossier, which you guys know I love. I feel like I had a really great brow day, even though it was all drugstore, so that was like really great. From there, in the waterline, I took Deep Brown. This is a Matte from L'Oreal. This one it wasn't as intense as I wanted it to be, but the idea that I had was to take a brown liner through the entire waterline and then take a black liner, this is one from Maybelline, and just put that in the waterline on top of it, but only on the outer half, just to create a little bit of a more wide look with my eyes, and that did work. I just wish the brown one was a little more intense. So then I went back to the La Palette Nude and on a pencil brush grabbed a little bit of the first transition shade, and I am smoking out that lower lash line. Of course, adding a little mascara to the lower lash line to balance things out. And we are near the finish line, but I did decide that my lipstick was not peachy enough, so I took 903C and really piled that on top and just kind of changed the tone of the lip look so that it was more of a matte gray and peach, which is what I was after. So here we have it. This is the completed look. I lied. So now I am taking just a little bit of the highlight and popping that on the inner corners just to brighten up the look, and it's totally matte on the lid, so I think it's really pretty to do something really shiny and light catching on those inner corners. And we are done. That is 100% drugstore, and of course I decided to take it to a very lash extreme place as well, just to show you what it looks like with lashes. So I popped on some of my favorites. These are the Tory lashes from Flutter Lashes. They're not drugstore. I tried with the drugstore ones. It just did not work out. So anyway, I hope you guys enjoy this drugstore look. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a thumbs up if you are enjoying tutorials and you would like to see more of them. That always helps. And I hope you're having a fantastic day. I will see you in my next video.